Okay, I will now you are encountering what we are now we have today decided in a moment of serious discernment as the Tina and Peter late night show on safeguarding. Okay.
Yes, it works. Though you can hear me. Okay. So I know, like yesterday, it's late in the afternoon, and it was a very strong day today. And I think it's difficult to be always awake, to be always concentrated. So, hi, you have to say something? No? No, don't like it? Okay. So we will try again, do these 10 commandments in practice and try to do a little bit of this edutainment to understand again what we are talking about. And to start with a symbol of this, I have selected my most beloved participant of this meeting, Carlo. Let's say Roberto, okay? Carlo Bellardi, he helped me yesterday already for explaining the different grades of what does it mean to be safe. You remember, he was sitting here, and I tried to protect him against you. And today we will show another thing. We will show what does it mean to do safeguarding with a one-dimensional perspective. I have for explaining this, some ingredients. Scotch, string, scissors, and some sweets for me. So one, for me. Yes, one for him, one for me. So when we have this one-dimensional, Carlo, please, in this one-dimensional, realizing safeguarding is a very strong thing because, yes, thank you. It's very strong because there is no contradiction if you have no other perspective. No, stay calm, yeah? No, yes. So you have one perspective and nobody will criticize you and everything will work because nobody has some criticism for you. It's only one perspective. And the longer you are only with your thoughts, with your words, oh, now I'm a little bit hoo-hoo. Then you will recognize that you are fixed in your own thoughts and perspectives. And this perspective means only one system of safeguarding. Only I am knowing what is the meaning of safe. Only I am knowing the right guidelines. Only me is possible to recognize the real risks in life. And then
I'm coming with you.
Yes.
Tina is coming with the scissors.
Only here.
Oh, only here.
Only here. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. So, now he is safe, okay? So, okay, thank you. Take a seat. No. So, one perspective, safeguarding isn't safe. If you want not to capture somebody, if you want to strengthen somebody, if you want to protect somebody to be free, then one perspective safeguarding doesn't work. You have to free yourself, and to free yourself in a multipolar safeguarding understanding is a way out of the prison of your own thoughts, your own perspectives. It's intercultural safeguarding. What this multipolar safeguarding means, I want to explain and to show you with another picture. He's now gone, but I need another one. No. so Tina. No, we have to free him. No, not the shirt. So
Boundaries.
Yes. Okay. She explained me boundaries. I have to be in distance to her.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit quicker, please. Oh. I hope you have no medical issues now.
Thank you, Peter.
Yes.
I released you. It's okay.
Okay, but it is important to see this because you can see it's very difficult, but to be serious now, it's very difficult to free to free oneself from your own perspective. Because we are used so strongly to our own perspective that we are thinking this is the world, this is normality, but it's only our perspective. It takes a lot of time to be free again.
Do you want it totally free?
More or less, yes.
More or less.
Okay, you have only to. Oops. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, stand still.
So, we started meanwhile with another explanation. It's about the multipolar safeguarding. This means that we are unifying and bringing in dialogue different perspectives, different cultures. So please have in mind that everybody of you is representing one culture. So can I have one finger from you? Please wrap this string around one finger. One finger, yes, so it's okay, so, okay. Then also you, one finger. So please have it, fix it around your finger. So, yes, your finger and then this finger and also this in, okay, in this direction, please. Yes. And another one over there, you. And then in this direction, please. Okay.
You have no power on this process.
No, this is the process is now. Yes. I now I'm fearful. Yes, I'm. Okay. So bring it in this direction, please. Will you help us too? So, okay, thank you. Another one? Oh, yes, you're also German, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we try one thing. Please, one finger. You also one finger? You can also. Okay. So, and you, please, also you. And then this direction. You have also, and you can down, yes, so more or less, but don't make a strangulation to the neighbor. No, so here. Okay. So, multipolar safeguarding. We are connected, everybody from, oh, I was afraid this, I thought this is your microphone. I thought this is the string. So, multipolar safeguarding means everybody from you is representing one culture, one perspective, one possibility to realize safeguarding regarding the content, regarding the presentation, regarding the communication, regarding the method. So now I have one bag for you who is connected with these. You can take this with this string. Please stand up who has his finger with this string. Please stand up. Everybody who has fingers in this row with this string. The others can see there are a lot of people connected now. They are the safeguarding team. And safeguarding in a multipolar understanding means not one person is safeguarding. Together we are safeguarding. Together we are safeguarding with specific competencies, specific perspective. And now my request to you is, without losing the string on your finger, without losing contact, please come to me. So observe very, very precisely. Observe. What is happening? Come to me. So stop in this moment. This does only work because there is the trust that everybody is willing to move himself or herself. Without this trust, there will be no motivation. The string will not be one line. It is overstretched. How you call it when it is? You will come like? Yeah, you lose it and it will rain, yes. So, move on. Stop. Now they have some rows in this chaos, and this shows every person is starting from a different starting position. Every person, every culture has other conditions to start. It's difficult to move. And then the next step, come closer. Stop. Now it's a little bit more order in this chaos, but it was not a direct move. It was step by step. Some moved backwards to go forward. Some moved forward and others beside. Because it's not one direction. It's a type of communication. It's a type of interacting, not with one direction. It's different directions, different possibilities, different speeds, but we are always connected, and nobody can say, I'm the first. This will not work. Please move on. So, in this direction, please. I think this is clapping the hand, please, for these guys. So, thank you for willing to do this, but please stay. There's another element we have to have in mind. When we are in contact to each other, when we are stay connected and we are moving ourselves, we have another position as before. We have another perspective. We have a change of our own culture. It's a very dynamic situation. Safeguarding is not once done forever. It's one stage in a very long process of change. It's an ongoing change management when we are willing to be in contact with other cultures, with other interested persons in safeguarding. It has worked only when we are agreeing in one thing, and this is that we are willing to protect vulnerable persons and to protect those who are in need for help. But what this is the meaning for, we have always to stay in contact, we have to talk about, we have to discuss it, we have to accept our diversity. And to say it in a theological phrase, you remember the Holy Gospel? Yes, I think so. But in the Holy Scriptures, there is one very, very important image, what we are identified with. It's the body of Christ and the parts of the body of Christ. This means that we have different parts with different competencies, with different capabilities, different possibilities to influence my neighborhood, to create my world. And so it's also in the community of safeguarding. We have different parts, but together we are the body of Christ, and together we have to build the reign of Jesus Christ, and together we will initiate a change. Nobody can do it for him or herself. It's only working when we are in connection, in the understanding of a multipolar safeguarding. So I think in this way it's also a question of not only for science, it's not only a question of the capabilities of safeguarding, it's also for us Catholics a question of spirituality, to realize this basic idea of diversity and unity in the progress of creating in a responsible way our surrounding, our world, our gifts we have accepted and received from God. So thank you very much for your help. Yes. Do it. Yes. Okay. So to make it easier, this process of communication, of interaction, of handling diversity, we have these commandments. Oops. Okay. You can put it down. It's okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. So we have these 10 commandments. These 10 commandments should not limitate you. They should not be a burden for you. It's only a possibility to initiate and to make it easier to stay in contact, to be able to handle all differences and to stay in contact. So Tina, please explain more of your insights.
Thank you. We were talking earlier, myself and Peter, about very often, and particularly in the context of this sort of conference, we listen to people who have, as I mentioned yesterday, they have good policies, they have good safeguarding teams, they have wonderful resources, and sometimes that can dishearten us rather than encourage us. Because sometimes it's wonderful, we go back to our locations and we think, wow, that was lovely, but how are we ever going to be like them? And it's not unusual. Some of the diploma and licentiate students keep in touch with me, and I'm smiling because I've just noted one of them, writing to me when they get back to their location and they say, Tina, I don't have a desk. You know, I thought that I'm here because my bishop sent me, my congregation sent me, and I don't have a desk. what do I do? And I still remember, and he's not here this year. I'm very disappointed not to see him. One of the former graduates, last year he came to me at registration and he said, Tina, you never told me how hard it would be. Because the whole ethos, or one of the aspects of the ethos of the diploma and the licentiate is working together and being very positive and hopeful about making change in the world and establishing good safeguarding, and then going home or to wherever you're missioned and realizing, one or two issues here. If I don't have a desk to work from, if I'm meeting with opposition, what do I do? And I think when we were talking this morning, myself and Peter, about this need in many of us to strive for being the best, which is not a bad thing, to doing good. And it was very interesting standing here, noticing the strings, and I know that particularly, I noticed Ursula from, I can't see you at the moment, thank you Ursula, from Australia. She was sort of saying, please release the pressure on my finger, because some people had moved far away. I thought that was a very symbolic gesture, because that's what it can feel like. We can feel connected, but sometimes that tension can really be painful. And I think it's very important to acknowledge that. And the tensions in terms of how we try and understand each other. And I think what's been very good in these few days, which has felt like a very long few days, is a sense of some of the tensions in terms of our own culture and what you bring. What do you bring for your family of origin? I spoke to the preparatory phase online working groups, facilitators earlier this year, when we started this new process with them. And I remember with one or two saying, what do you bring for your family of origin? You bring culture from your family of origin, which is very powerful. And you might decide to negate against it, but sometimes it still returns and overwhelms us. So I think this exercise with the 10 principles has been very good in terms of looking at what does this mean? These are not safeguarding commandments, and Peter wrote them, and that was not his intention. But looking at how do we move forward? I would like to think you would take those home with you as a resource and maybe as a reminder, and perhaps you could use them with your safeguarding teams, because I know a lot of you in this room are members of safeguarding teams. How can we move forward? How do you prioritize what needs to be done? And I think it's particularly wonderful that a good number of you chose interact positively as the first principle. Interact positively. Because, and again, this has come up several times in the last few days, it's too easy for us to sit and think about the negatives. What's not happening? And what's not happening because those in leadership, in whatever shape or form they are not cooperating, they're covering up, they're denying, they're not realizing the reality. It's too easy to get into that negative sort of place, that dark place. And it's very important that we start looking positively, or more positively, and saying, yeah, we talked about that in Rome, and now this is what we're going to do. And I think it would be very helpful to even start thinking about what one or two, no more, one or two actions you could take when you go home. What's your takeaway message? What one or two actions could you put in place in your province, in your diocese, in your parish, in your safeguarding office? One or two things to make a difference would be very helpful, I think. What have you learned? That two things you could put in place. And some of it might mean, wow, I'm going to put those two actions in place, but I'm going to need some help. Well, try and secure that help before you leave. There are good people in this room, very good people in this room, in this sense of collective genius that we have, who can help you. The collective genius is real. Honestly, I think it's really important. There are skilled people who can help you. Okay, so that's more or less where our 10 principles or commandments have taken us. But I think it's really important that you take them with you. Okay. Peter, did you want to identify any of those that you thought were more of a priority? Let me get you a microphone. We have a microphone somewhere? We did? We did have a microphone. Okay. Just for you. Oh, it's right next to you. You're hiding it. Okay.
No, I think we have not to extend these explanations of the Ten Commandments. Again, these Ten Commandments are not safeguarding. Mm-hmm. They are a possibility to talk between different cultures about safeguarding, to develop together a common understanding, what do we want to do and what is important for us. So I think the original row of Ten Commandments was along the process when we are coming in touch with other cultures, when we're coming in touch with other perspectives, so that we are, and I think this is for me the most important thing, also when there are differences, that we can accept and that we have the presupposition that nobody wants, who is engaged in safeguarding, nobody wants to harm another person. Everybody wants the best for the vulnerables, everybody wants the best for the people who are in need, but there are different ways. And when there are differences, this doesn't mean that the other who handles the subjects in a different way, that this means he's a bad guy or she's a bad guy because she's handling the argument of safeguarding in another way. And it's the necessity to come together in a process of asking, not only to give statements. This is also the problem in the science, this is also the problems in dioceses, you know it, or in communities, that there are some people who always make statements and only this is correct, but nobody is asking. And asking is opening my mind for another perspective. And our brother who has spoken from Oxford, I can't see him now, he has spoken about spirituality and safeguarding, I think, and he has spoken about prayer. You have spoken about prayer as a very important thing for safeguarding, and for me, prayer is a possibility for humility. Prayer is the possibility for opening my own mind for another perspective, for another thinking, for another possibility to go to make a new way. So I can show you what I'm meaning with this asking. So Carlo, I need you again. No, now without bondage, okay? Yeah. So, when we have, Carlo, thank you. This is the first row of discussion. We are coming in contact, and I'm asking you what you are doing in safeguarding. And he's explaining me his guidelines. He's explaining me what he's doing in all these different aspects of safeguarding. But then, behind, there is another level. This is the level of science, because I can ask, why are you doing this? And why are you have these guidelines and not other ones? And so there is another row, another level behind him. So please help me. Sorry. Please direct behind. So I can ask, when I'm addressing him for his guidelines, he's explaining me his guidelines, and why are you doing this? And then we have here the aspect of science. And then we can discuss on a science level about these things when I'm asking, why are you doing this? But, you know, there are also different possibilities in science. Science is based on the possibility of variety of theories and the variety of assumptions, what is in the science important or what is less important, what is a different method. And sometimes it's also important to go on in the process of asking, because also behind the level of science. There is another level. This is the level. Tina, I have.
No, well, after that boundaries issue yesterday.
Okay. So there's another level. This is the level of meaning. And this is the level of meaning is very, very difficult, because when we are talking not about the phenomenon of the guidelines, when we are not talking about the level of science, but when we are talking about the level of meaning, we have contact to the relevance of what I am talking about, what I'm thinking about, what has this to do with my life, with my personality. How is my personality influenced? Because this level is also influencing my concrete guidelines. When I have made some experiences with a very oppressive authority in my life, then I will be very, very scary about guidelines which are very strong, very correct, very strict. And so the level of meaning is influencing the level of the guidelines, and it's also influencing my understanding of science. So when you are now in one row, exactly in one row, we have to take care in our thinking. And when we are not be careful in this respect, we cannot do multipolar safeguarding. Because when we are looking on Carlo, directly in one line, we can only see Carlo, we can only see the guidelines, and we are thinking there is no other level, we are talking only about guidelines. We have to ask, and this is my request to you, start asking and don't stop asking for the scientific background, and especially for the meaning for the life of the persons who are involved in the safeguarding efforts, in the safeguarding process. Because when we are asking for the meaning, we are talking about our hearts. We are talking not only about our minds or about our capabilities. Safeguarding has to touch our heart, not only our head and not only our hands. It's a question of our personality. And this is the problem also in safeguarding in general. It's not enough to have only guidelines on this level and to know everything, but when you are not touched by heart and you are not touched by your attitudes and you are not changing your attitudes, safeguarding is done as soon as possible when there is no money, when there is no, when there is no authority which is giving pressure to me to realize safeguarding. It must be a motivation by myself, by my own, and this is only on this level by the meaning. So my request, and though this I will come to an end, long story short, asking for recognizing different levels. Having in mind, it's my person who is involved and it's also other persons who are involved. So I have to have a look on the meaning for me and for others to go in this ongoing formation process for safeguarding. Thank you, and also to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are still here, the sweets. For whom are the sweets?
I have forgotten something. I have bought Orsetti. This means little beers. It's my name, okay? I wanted to finish, but I have forgotten. A little bit empty. I've forgotten. Safeguarding needs also self-guarding, and therefore I have bought these sweets, and I want to thank you again, Carlo. And Tina, for you. Thank you.